Anyways, welcome back, adventurers. You had a very... so you guys had found yourselves in quite a bit of trouble. A troubling proposition, I should say, or predicament. But before we get to that, I will say you guys left the burning balloon factory. Had a little scare as you found a bridge full of talking, croaking frog heads. Some mangled and some of their bodies still attached to wooden and metal pipes. Pipes, not pipes. And even had Ptomiros get launched in the water by your favorite kobold, trying to quiet him down as you are making conversation with a scarecrow with a gourd for a head and lobster claws that goes by the name of Clapperclaw. Some of you were kind of phased by the appearance of these talking heads and stayed far away or mostly out of the conversation, while the rest of you tried to get some answers of the layabouts of downfall by Clapperclaw. More so, you figured out that Clapperclaw can take you to the other land called Thither, as long as you get his head, which he does not know where it's at. However, he has an inkling it could be with the hag Balvorna. You also found out there are no actual children. That is your main goal, as why you came into Prismere, is to find children and bring them back to the carnival. But there is none besides the Bullywugs that have been mentioned several times. After you had conversation, you found your way into the Soggy Court, where you met King Gullop the 19th, and our very overzealous paladin. Was your voice a reason for that interaction? And it did not go very well. Unfortunately, it made King Gullop very irritated and really red in the face, and that sent Ptomiros to the dungeons. Some of you try to interrogate, or not interrogate, more like lessen the punishment. But unfortunately, the dice was not in your favor, and the king still continued on his way, saying that he is being sent to his dungeon, must go towards with the trial of fighting to the death with the traitor Morgot, who was the one responsible of having the balloon factory go up into flames. And you also know that she was not the alone person. There was an accomplice called Wigglewug, and Wigglewug, you didn't get his name, but you did learn that he was the frog who was in the balloon at the Slaney Tower, which you found him dead. And Margot was really saddened as you told her the news, as you once meet her once you got to the dungeons, because she was the lover of Wigglewug. Other than that, you also found out that Margot is not apologetic of her actions. She actually did it for a purpose, as she hated Balvorna, wanted to uprule her, and that's where we found you guys, trying to go over the options of either trying to make an illusion so fabricated to let your friend go, and her as well, but there are some complications, because one of you thought reasonably, well, because you saw the talking, croaking heads, they might do it to her, despite feigning her death. There was the other options of not having to deal with the trial and actually going to the opposing party to overrule King Gullop, but it will bring you the reason of you being found as traitors to the king, which, on the highlight, not a great idea. The other option was a rumor that Morgot heard of a shop not too far from where you guys are currently that does deals, and maybe somewhere in there could help out with the whole evidence thing of not having to sacrifice a limb or something that can persuade the king. You never know. But it's just a rumor. The other thing you can do is you can always return back to the king, get more information before doing anything. And lastly, there's a whole giant kingdom for you to explore. And somewhere within that kingdom, Balvorna sits high above in her hut. So, adventurers, what are you going to do?
Harmonica noises rise from Ptomiros' cell.
Do you have a harmonica in your inventory?
He's just doing that through the vents of his helmet.
Okay. So you have currently Phee and PB in the cell while the rest of you are lingering outside. Brandywine was the last seen looking up towards the sky, noticing the hut and a giant well that leads up to the underneath it. Yanara and Sorcerer, formerly known as Sorcerer, I don't know what you two were doing outside, unless I'm assuming you guys were just listening in onto the conversation, and Gek was pretty much eating bugs. So
yeah,
Bugs.
So Morgot looks at you all a little complex and frustrated. Well, whatever you decide, I suppose I can stand right by it. It is your choice after all if you are the one in charge. And she looks over to PB.
Statement. This unit is still awaiting further instructions. The trial by combat can, in fact, be forged, if it is to ensure the greater peace. However, other companions have also offered other suggestions. This unit merely wishes to find the solution that offers the best chance of peace between all parties involved. However, if this one does wish death, this unit can provide.
I am not wishing death. I'm saying... what I'm trying to say
I think we
is...
understand. PB is, if nothing, logically pedantic, and it's okay. But I feel that, well, in this instance, you are attempting to, I guess, stage a rebellion against the hags who seem to be holding this land in a hostage of some sort. I maybe I am wrong, but standing up to tyrants and despots seems like a noble cause, and I certainly would not wish death upon you. So if there is a way that we can, well, liberate you, as well as satisfy the bloodthirsty desires of this Soggy Court, I would be all for that.
I would be aligned with you. Unfortunately, with me being behind bars, I can't do anything.
Oh, but
And
I remember you mentioning something, much to the extent of if we did provide a charade of combat, and potentially, upon your untimely demise, dumped you into the water for, I assume, consumption by the denizens below, you would be able to swim away to freedom. Was that not something?
that is correct. I did mention that prior.
Well, I think that would be a wise solution. I know that our party is, at least some of them are well gifted in the art of illusion, and well, that would be my vote. But I am I guess I am just one small gnome, and the others also must provide their say. Let me step outside and converse with them, and we will come back with our consensus. Is that okay, Miss Morgot?
I don't mind at all if you want to get. Like I said, I'm just here. I can't do anything. I'm already seen as a traitor to everybody, and so anything would help as long as I can get out of here. But go
Understood.
talk with your friends.
Come, PB. Let's go talk with the others, okay?
Affirmative. He turns to Ptomiros and Morgot. Assertion. Do not try anything while I am away.
Do or do not. There is no try.
His eyes just narrow. Yep, PB follows. Character sheet would go away.
The game
Meanwhile,
is paused?
I think
Or am I...
Nope.
That's weird.
Just you.
Oh.
so. Meanwhile, Yanara has seen Brandy just staring up at the sky. If she walks over, stands next to her, looks up. What are we doing?
Well, I just noticed there's a well that actually goes all the way from the middle of this place up to the witch's hut. I wonder if I could swim all the way up there, but I guess we do have to get the tin can. The
Yeah,
other tin can.
Yeah, maybe put a pin in this. Come back to it later. I think we've got other problems.
Yeah. I know. I don't know how helpful I can be.
Hey, what's going on with you? Are you okay?
I don't know. It's just the wings and not being part of the magic that I know is kind of weird.
I mean, sure, that's definitely something to be confused about, but you've been freezing up. It's like you're off your game. Is this really affecting you that much?
A little. It's just. Well, neither of my parents had wings, so I mean, from what I remember of them, anyways, it's something odd to think about, but also it's also this nagging feeling about this place in particular. It's just there's something wrong about it. I don't know what it is, and it's also bugging me. So there's just all sorts of things going on, and
And you're overwhelmed. I
just
get
a
it.
little bit.
Okay. Well, I don't mean to sound as dismissive as I'm probably going to, but you're my friend and I love you. But we really need you to have your shit together right now.
Yeah.
So please, respectfully, get your shit together and then we can freak out about this later. Please.
Okay, I can try to do that.
Yeah?
So still, everyone's shouting about what to do with Ptomiros and him being kind of stupid in front of the king.
Yeah, that's why we need you to have your shit together. We need to figure this out.
I mean, we can't really do anything except for watch, right? We break him out, then all of the town's going to be against us, and then we don't have any help to try and figure out where the kids are if we go after Balvorna, and
I would imagine that Phee has probably found us at this point, right?
Yeah, I'd say you guys have been talking for a little bit.
Yep.
By this point, PB and Phee have stepped out of the hut.
Hello, Benderwind. Yanara, sorcerer. I think we might be best talking about our options.
Yeah. So, what are they?
Well, there's quite a few, actually. We could start by, unleashing Ptomiros on the prisoner, Morgot, and bringing, well, whatever happens back to the king as proof of her demise, I assume. I don't really want to do that. She seems opposed to the hags, and I would think anyone opposed to hags and tyranny is someone we would want to ally with, at least. We could instead maybe allow the sorcerer to stage a battle with Morgot, with the intended purposes of, I guess, faking the knight's death and disposing her in a way that would allow her to escape, while also satisfying the, I guess, bloodthirsty Soggy Court. There is also, Morgot mentioned some sort of, I guess, rival or dissenter of the king. I don't remember his name. All of these Bullywug seem to have terribly similar names. But there's a way we could possibly petition him and his supporters to overthrow King Gullop and earn favor that way, but it sounds like he is, well, perhaps a more ruthless potential monarch than King Gullop. I guess they're PB. I feel like I am missing something. Do you remember the others?
Processing.
I think I remember
This unit. The option was also available to falsify combat. Ptomiros was against the idea on some odd grounds of justice. This unit does not understand this concept outside of peace.
That's fair. Oh, I think they also mentioned some sort of clan or a group nearby that perhaps lives in a balloon, a storm balloon. I don't really remember something, but we could possibly petition them for aid. But I do not know exactly where or what they would be asking of us. And well, our experiences here in the Feywild has proven to me that making deals with those in the Feywild is probably not a good idea.
I'm glad that somebody understands that.
So, that being said, kings like making deals, and we're in the Feywild where deals are the deal.
Or binding, soul or otherwise, yes, it seems. What would you be making a deal with the king with?
I don't know. Could be something as simple as, your firstborn child, or maybe there's some other thing the king needs help with, or wants to have an hour of your time. But anything's on the table.
Sure, but the king already gave us an option of earning his favor, and that is
Right.
dealing with the well, so-called traitor, Morgot.
How
Oh.
well do the Bullywug seem to know the anatomy of a human?
What?
Why?
What are you getting at, PB?
That is the
Purpose.
strangest question.
What if we dredged up enough fish or other sentient forms to beat into a bloody pulp and present that as the remains of Ptomiros failing the combat? Would the Bullywugs know what a mangled mess a human would be? For all intents and purposes, for what is that they believe? That is what they believe he is.
I mean, if you're gonna make a fake body of him, why not just make it look like he exploded inside this? Oh wait, that wouldn't help us because Margot will still be here.
That's a possibility, but I would assume frog people would be much more, I guess, familiar with the anatomy and smell and texture of fish, more so than they would of any sort of maybe mortal from the plane, the prime material plane.
Does
It's-
not have to be fish. Could be chicken or anything else we find, just beaten to a bloody enough mess that it is unrecognizable.
Must we
Um,
resort to such barbarism? I would prefer. No.
Hey, Keck, Keck, buddy, do you have any ideas on how maybe to do this?
No.
Oh, okay, at least you're honest.
Considering all our other options leave us no better choice. Deals with the Fae are inadvisable. Falsifying combat and offering limbs, also inadvisable in the same state. We could flee. This would not bring peace to either side.
Well, mention the king again because if I know he said that we can do that thing for the favor, but if there wasn't only the one, why would he also ask us to maybe see him? And the one person he doesn't want to see is currently in there, nodding over towards the jail cell.
I do agree we would be more likely to have an actual conversation with him now that Ptomiros is dealt with for a while.
Sure. Though we would garner maybe more potential favor if we also at least adjudicate the trial of the two, I guess, traitors. That is, I guess for me, I see that as maybe the prime solution at this, or at least a prime problem at this point. But we could go talk with the king first, though whether or not he would be willing to entertain us much, he did not seem all that welcoming in the court.
Well, maybe he just had to look unentertaining towards us because he was in the court.
It's a chance, of course, yes. He could just be putting on a stern and cold ruse to, I guess, posture strength and resilience, and but
It makes sense. I mean, these Bullywug monarchs get replaced so often, he can't afford to look weak.
what if it isn't a ruse, though? What if he just wants blood?
Well, he could have just had blood in the court when we were trying to get Ptomiros off the hook.
To be fair, it was very close. No, never mind. There are many options, and I don't really like any of them. They all seem undiplomatic, I guess. But I will abide by what the rest of you choose, of course.
I just want to let's be clear about one thing. We are all on the same page that we're not actually going to sick Ptomiros on this Bullywug, right?
Phee definitely nods.
Whatever brings the most peace, this unit will comply by.
GM, this is not a directed question specifically at Brandy, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. She keeps her mouth shut.
Brandy.
Nodding.
That wasn't a yes or no question, Randy.
Mm-mm.
Brandy. Use your words.
Mm-mm.
Brandy.
Mm-mm.
Yanara walks right up to her and plugs her nose.
It would be easier. Yeah, maybe. Don't
Yanara
ask me
just
questions like that.
Yanara just sighs and pats Brandy on the cheek and backs up.
What of you, sorcerer? What do you think?
Probably not the one where we sick Ptomiros on anybody. But I don't think I'm smart enough to really come up with a better plan.
Would you be willing to stand in as champion for Ptomiros? You mentioned in the past that you have, well, a history in performative art, yes?
Especially in
Oh,
the area of fighting, right? This seems right up your alley.
You know, you're right. If we had to, I could stand it. I do love an audience.
Well, I think you will have quite a rowdy one.
You can make it look good, right?
Well, I can make anything look good. Although most of the time, the fights I was in were already scripted.
Well,
So I guess we'll have to ad-lib it.
in a way, this is already scripted. You will win the fight, even if Morgot is perhaps not as injured as she should be.
Just gotta think of a convincing way to. Give me a minute to think about how to make that look, but I think it's possible. Yeah.
Does anyone here know minor illusion?
I do.
Did we already discuss the idea of trying to just take one of the currently spiked heads and just passing it off as hers?
I think that we shot that down because the heads will not shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They won't shut up the fuck
Yep.
up, and they are not the same color as her.
Well, that's what minor illusion's for. And for the general shutting up, a judicious application of maces and other blunt weapons might do the trick.
I think we were told that even trying to kill even killing the heads again won't shut them up. They are
Okay.
necromantically animated.
Yep, but thanks to Balvorna.
Okay.
Didn't Morgot mention that we could potentially use her weapon? I think, I don't remember, a glaive, a halberd, a polearm of some sort, as a sign of her defeat, as it would be something she otherwise would not part with? That would allow us to bypass the idea of a proverbial pound of flesh.
That's definitely a less messy way of handling it.
Alright, didn't Ptomiros himself shoot the idea down since he was itching for the actual fight and refused that option?
We are not
That's
going to
why Sorcerer is going to be the champion.
Yes, exactly. Ptomiros can...
Ptomiros hasn't just reached across and killed her already? Is anyone actually watching him? Brandy puts her hands on her mouth.
The unit told them to not try anything. They are bound by the terms and agreements of that statement. If not...
Hey, Ptomiros, have you killed Morgot yet?
No, I would never. That would be dishonorable. I can hear you from all the way over here.
I mean, you
I'll
guys are
hear
not,
shit.
I mean, you guys are not too, quiet about this conversation. They can hear this.
I don't know if you're
He
trying
can
to
hear
stay this out of
you.
earshot. I can hear everything you're saying. You're not that far away. It's like 10 to 15 meters.
Oh, I wonder if we'll ever see Ptomiros again.
I'm right here.
Right. Well, I suppose I would propose that we commence with the sorcerer. I guess staging combat with Morgot and providing her weapon as collateral of her defeat.
And then makes it easier for us to talk with the king about what we want, right?
As well as hopefully allowing Morgot to seek freedom, whether it is in resisting these hags or I don't know, maybe she could come and act as security back at the carnival so that more children are not taken.
The combat does not even need to proceed, as that was the initial plan. Since this unit is the overseer and there are need be on other participants, we just merely need to take the weapon. And neither Ptomiros or a sorcerer in his stead can just say they forfeited.
But the entire point is to have a spectacle, right?
Then how do you expect them to hand over the weapon in front of others?
Well,
The entire point of this unit, overseeing and dismissing the guards, was to have no witnesses. The proof of the weapon was to be enough. The idea was shot down by Ptomiros, stating that he simply wanted to fight. Is this part loud enough that Ptomiros hears?
Yes, that was the idea. I love a good fight. I wish to prove myself in honorable combat to win the trust of this noble court.
PB could raise his eyebrows and as he points, this would be the time.
Ptomiros,
Yes?
would you be willing, in this honorable combat, to pursue only subduing and not to the death?
You're going to have to explain that one a bit.
Well,
You knock her out and you don't kill her.
yes, that.
Why didn't you say this in the first place? Of course.
All right. Well,
But know that I am bound by the rules of the arena, and if the king orders me to take the life of that what I vanquished, I will have no choice. It's the rules of the forum.
Then maybe we should meet with the king. No, that doesn't. He wants to.
Ptomiros, you would take a life just because a monarch you do not serve will you to?
Of course. All monarchs are appointed by divine right, are they not?
Not this one.
There's got to be some frog person god or something, right?
No, it's whoever just kills the previous king gets to be king here. There's no gods or goddesses involved.
There's also
There's no ceremony or right to rule or like divine lines of succession or
You
anything.
could probably become king if you killed him. Honestly.
Brandy!
What? Did I? Uh-oh.
Ixnay!
Calculations. This might be the most peaceful route, though
Oh,
instating Ptomiros as king might be chaotic.
God
Another
damn
king
it,
would be
Dirk.
preferable.
I would like.
DM, how thick are the bars of this cell?
Oh no! You can't break these cups.
see.
Oh my god, this is a meme I haven't heard in years.
It literally the cell is made out of roots. So the roots in particular are maybe 2 feet in diameter, thick, but they're easy to break through if you want to do an athletics check if you want.
How close together are they?
They're very close together.
Damn.
Wish to break the terms and terms and agreements of the contract? I don't know.
Ptomiros, I do not think you wish to stay here and act as king of a bloodthirsty land of frogs, right?
But I could
Oh,
save
yeah,
so
I just
many
tried killing
children that
you.
way.
The children are not here. Don't you remember?
Yes, and I can make sure that it stays that way.
Query. New idea. Stage the combat in front of the king. Have Morgot kill the king. Stage it to assist. Have her instated as king, and have the Bullywugs assist us in taking down the hag.
Why must we always turn to opponents that kill people?
Only one must die for the greater good. This
But-
is the most peaceful solution.
Wait,
Is it
wait,
though?
wait. Hold on. I'm not suggesting that we actually do that, but he did just give me an idea.
Okay.
The kings get replaced so often. They're so bloodthirsty here that he might not even want to be king at all. I mean, how stressed out must he be? We might.
Well, of course not. He easily fall into the position because his brother fell off the balcony and he was just there.
Okay, so what if we
Oh.
can just convince him to leave?
Then his rival
Or
takes
jump
the
off the
throne,
balcony himself.
and they instill whatever tyrannical rule that they want.
More or less, yes.
I
The joys of being a bullywug. And she just rolls her eyes.
Miss Morgot, you mentioned that his rival is incredibly bloodthirsty, yes?
Incredibly, yes.
So that is not a person we would want on the throne.
No.
And
To be honest, that all not the only one to be bloodthirsty around here. Some of them do have a keen mind, a wiser mind. Some of them are too scared because of the idea of that they could easily be taken down. That's why there's high security around the palace, and of that of the Soggy Court, which I assume that's where you met King Gullop.
Morgot, in the possibility that you, in this combat with the sorcerer or Ptomiros, inadvertently killed King Gullop, would that make you the sovereign monarch of Downfall?
Most likely, yes.
Is
But why would I want to kill my friend?
oh, he is.
I mean,
Oh.
your friend wants you dead.
I think more the hag would probably want her dead. It seems that was the whole point. The king.
That is the whole point, because the king is following Balvorna, and everyone is terrified of Balvorna.
So she is the ultimate mastermind. If we want to really solve the problems here in Downfall, we need to do what we can to, I guess, disable her hold here, and that means potentially avoiding instilling people who serve her.
I will say one thing, though. There have been others who tried to override the hag. And you have seen them on the bridge. The very first one with the one with no eyes.
Well, not to be insulting, but they, from the little I heard as I was led by with my eyes closed, they did not seem to be the brightest of.
Oh, of course not.
I suppose, I hope that we would be able to, well, be more shrewd in dealing with the hag and maybe find a different solution that does not involve us becoming talking heads. Oh, yes.
They also did not have a Ptomiros and a Gek of which to stick upon them. The hag will never know what hit them.
It is true.
Question.
Mhm.
From her studies at home back in back in the gnome kingdom where she lived, would she have any knowledge, I guess, even folktale or otherwise, of the assumed immortality of hags, or their difficulty to keep dead? Or is that something she would know about at all?
I would say roll me a history check with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. And this would not be... this is... Sorry, trying to find it. There's the one thing I've got. Artificer's lore, when you make an intelligence or history check related to magic items, alchemical objects, or technological devices. Nope, that's not it. So, okay. Really? Interesting. Okay, we'll roll that with disadvantage.
Ah.
Oh well, almost was a 20.
Unfortunately, your studies don't have anything that relate to hag's power or anything that it's very rare, and especially where you grew up from. Only thing that you heard about is that there are so many kinds out there, and each of them are quite diabolical. That's all you know.
Okay.
Well, I suppose if it came down to it, I would rather kill the hag than kill, well, the Bullywugs. They seem a simple people. No offense, Miss Morgot.
No offense taken. It's just we are very cocky race who think they can overthrow everybody and feel like they need to, I don't know, butt heads every now and then. It's surprising how long we can actually live for. I don't think anyone has lived even past... How many days has it been?
Well, we are also in the Feywild, so time, doesn't...
Oh, it doesn't matter if you're in the Feyworlds.
I think it is
Our
only-
race don't... I'm basically saying our race don't last very long because we always kill each other.
And I think the time distortion only happens when traveling from one realm back to the prime plane, not when you are here by your own.
I'm sorry I cannot be much of help.
Oh no, you've been very helpful. Thank you, Morgot. Right, I feel like we're talking in circles. I think we must make a decision. My vote goes to either Ptomiros or the sorcerer. Doing combat, not to death, and allowing Morgot freedom while we earn perhaps the king's favor.
And the Soggy Court.
Yes, them too. Though I don't really care of them. They seem...
Okay, so we don't kill Margot, but we kill the king and the hag, yes? Am I following
No,
this?
don't kill the king.
No,
We're using the king to kill the hag.
we will use the king's influence to reach the hag so that we can deal with her, yes.
So we can kill the hag. Okay, excellent. I'm following.
Okay, so we're all on the same page then. We are not killing anyone except the hag.
I would...
Yes.
I am okay with that.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Can I make an insight check
On who?
on Ptomiros?
In general. Everyone.
Hey! Is he bullshitting me?
Ptomiros never bullshits anyone. He literally has not lied to you a singular time. That's kind of his thing. He does not lie. He does not directly lie.
We've just been burned by the world, Nox. We don't trust anyone. It's nothing personal.
It's okay. Ptomiros seems exactly as honest as he has been since the moment you met him. Honest and earnest and bloodthirsty.
Okay. Okay, understood.
I will make one additional thing. Even though there is a king, it's mostly the nobles who are in command. The other houses.
Well, that's
So we
That's why I
might be
kept
better off.
saying. That's why I kept saying that the proving grounds is just for a show. They want entertainment. But I will let you guys decide. That's
and we probably cannot earn their approval or their if we do not give them that entertainment. So potentially just resolving conflict here with no witnesses would not solve that problem. And likely they would block any attempt from the king to assist us if we did so.
most likely, yes.
Oh,
But if you already have... I can't help it over here. You had a moment or some kind of audience with Gullop already. You could talk to him if he is waiting for you, but if you want to do this, then you might as well make a large announcement in order to attract the Soggy Court's attention.
Well, how will you fake the death or falsify the end? They will not be satisfied unless one of you is killed. This will forego all ideas.
Well, I'm sure I could manufacture, or at least make some sort of fake blood. I'm sorry.
While they are currently fighting in an arena surrounded by many observers.
Oh, of course, yes. It should be very simple. Small sachets that are made of a weaker material. It is easy. No, not a problem.
Well, sorcerer, you're able, as a showman and performer for these sorts of things, can't you make it look like you really did kill her with your bare hands? Like, those muscles aren't just for well, I guess. Well,
we didn't want to introduce the kids to death that early.
Query, the secondary effect that was brought up prior. Even if you do convince the fake death, you mentioned that they would behead her on the spot to add her to the other frogs. How do you plan to prevent this?
Did we? Is that
yes.
true, Morgot?
That was the other thing we talked about too, was having the spectacle and falsifying death, but she mentioned the whole they would behead her or take her limbs or something.
No, I did not. You were the one that was saying this, Salty.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was Salty being like, but they will do this. We're like, I don't know if that's true.
No, that was
I listened to the video. It was your
Was it me?
in character saying you were assuming that they would behead her.
that's what PB would do after. That's not what they would do.
I
It's
could've
what
sworn they
PB
mentioned-
would.
I could have sworn someone else mentioned it prior with the whole. I thought she mentioned that they would check to see if she was dead and either like because
Nope.
the another that we talked about was like letting her slip into the water or something,
Right.
like tossing her in the
She would be
water.
able to slip into the water as they will toss her in the water because she's dead, but they
Yeah.
won't do anything about it because they don't.
I
Really
think they would
check.
only behead her if we did not fight to the death.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and listen. I could have sworn someone said something else about it, but
You did.
Don't worry. I listened to it the whole thing.
Well.
So.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe
I
he is
remember that
more
was.
bloodthirsty than he realizes.
Yeah, I remember that was your concern. Is that they just come and stab her anyway, and we're like, or we could toss her in the water before they get a chance to. You're like, well, they could still behead her. We're like, okay,
In the
maybe
water.
that is a possibility.
It still
There's
is a
high-
possibility.
It is.
So
It's a high stress situation, considering all options.
And again, if the water is potentially filled with tangle death weeds or whatever and marrow and whatnot, it kind of makes sense that the bullywugs would throw dead in there because that's basically a free waste disposal system. They don't have to deal with it.
So if she just happens to get thrown in there, they're probably not going to go after her.
I would assume not.
Hopefully.
Have we been told what the proving grounds look like?
She did say they're right next to the hut. And as if you guys do turn, you do see some torch lights in the distance, and actually a large stadium that's just pretty much open. This map is not actually accurate. I do have a separate map for it, but it is a stadium, like almost like a gladiator, like Coliseum, and it's right next to the palace as well. So that's where most of the noble courts just easily walk into it. And but from where you are standing, you do see the torch lights and the very imposing 60-foot high Coliseum, and you do see some water, not rivers, but like a brook traveling down towards the actual swamp waters outside. More or less, that's where they throw the bodies in, and then they let the system push them out.
Phee turns back to Morgot.
I'm sorry, this may seem, slightly crass, but what color do you bleed?
What color do I bleed?
Yes.
Yellow.
Oh, that is yellow.
Yellow.
Oh, well, that is interesting.
Is that odd?
Well, most of us from the prime material plane, our blood is red. Depending on the situation. If it is deoxygenated, it's usually more of a blue color, depending on the race, of course. But I'm sorry, yellow. Yes.
I mean, that's just my blood color. We all bleed differently.
Sure. Would you mind if I take a small pinprick for?
She just goes up to the cage and slashes her hand on a thorn, and then holds her hand out.
That's more than a pinprick, but okay.
She gets out like a small vial or something from her bag and takes some of the blood just as a sample.
Would you like me to ban that?
You're my blood?
He gets like, he's just winding up to slap the thorns really hard from his side of the cell.
Ptomiros, I have full faith in the, your combat abilities. I expect you will, if you are one to fight this fight, you will bleed if you would like to, I suppose. I am more interested in, ensuring Morgot looks more injured than maybe she actually is.
Though we're having sorcerer fight, right? Champion and all that.
It does seem his area of expertise. Not to discount you, Ptomiros, but he is a combat performer of some sort.
Yes, I suppose it is his want, being a fake fighter and all that.
Damn! Look at that shade.
Right. I will let you two decide who will fight. I'm going to work on making some sachets that you can hold underneath your clothing, Morgot, and they could be burst with a simple, I guess, a higher impact. Should burst them fairly simply. Should replicate or at least simulate a more grievous wound than what you've actually suffered.
He has invented tannerite in this universe. He's using it to make realistic frog squibs.
So, Fee's going to step outside and pulling out some of her the sum of the alchemical supplies that she has. She wants to manufacture some sachets of realistic-looking Morgot blood.
Yanara looks completely fascinated while you're doing this, just FYI.
It probably takes a good 5 minutes before Phee realizes that she is being watched. Is there? Would you like me to make a check, Key? Is there a check you would like me to make?
What tool would you like to? I have to find your.
I could
worksheet.
use alchemist spies. I could use surgeon's
maybe?
tools. An herbalism kit.
It's
I've
probably your alchemist.
Sure.
That's most likely.
Because I am very familiar with blood, would I potentially have advantage on that?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you have almost an advantage on everything.
The few things I have proficiency in, I'm good at. But that's about it. All right, so let's roll that with advantage. Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
why?
That was almost a nat 20.
That's 2.
Say you actually meet. So
Woo!
you were very successful in making what you need to do with this blood.
Yeah, as she's working, eventually she looks up.
Hi, Yanara.
Sorry, I'm bothering you. I'm bothering you, aren't I? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually didn't realize you were there. You were fine.
And then she kind of holds up the sachets.
See, blood.
Kind of jiggles them.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
Oh, thank you. I hope it'll work.
Brandy comes over, looks, and are there like spits and spots of it that didn't get in the sachet?
Phee is fairly fastidious. I would say she's maybe got a rag or two that has some of the splotches on it, but she didn't. Whatever. If it didn't all make it into the sachet, she was fastidious enough to clean it with her rag.
Sorry, Gag. Do you mind if I try to see if how much force it takes to make it go pop?
No, we've used sachets like this in the past. They're not made for high impact. So I'm fairly confident that, a well-targeted punch or kick or swing of a weapon would be more than suffice. See here.
And she kind of shows, and there's showing some of the fusing of the stitching around the outside.
You see, these are they're not really.
And she goes on and rambles about the stitching and why they're actually not very strong.
Yeah, Brandy's eyes begin to glaze over a little bit before putting her hands up. No, it's not exactly about the fact that they can pop. It's how they pop. If I see how it happens, I think I can recreate it magically for just a little bit if I happen to be close to it. And you know that one trick, the one trick they teach everyone at the carnival, the preceding.
I thought you weren't supposed to pass that class.
Prestidigitation.
I thought you weren't supposed to pass that class unless you could actually say the name of the spell.
Well,
They teach you to bleed as a party trick in the carnival.
No, it's like trying to make little effects or sounds and noises.
Oh, are you speaking of the prestidigitation spell? A simple.
That's what I said.
She says the word back silently and counts the syllables. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yes, that's one of the earliest spells. Most of the acolytes and initiates learn when they're in the academy. Of course, it certainly would suffice for maybe a moment or two, though it tends not to. Well, the effects of it are not very long lasting.
No, but just backup plan. I just need to see what it looks like after it gets hit, and then I'll remember.
Well, the idea is that you wouldn't see the sachet explode, and it would more just be the splash that comes out from underneath her clothing or armor. So, I guess I trust your imagination.
All right. And it's this color. She's like looking around for the rather spotless.
Fee holds up the little vial that she had used to color match.
Oh, yeah, yes. It's... Well, it was a little brighter, but it's... Well... Yes, it's doing what blood does, over time. It coagulates and darkens and, well, stops being liquid, but that's okay. I suppose it will last for some time. Something of this effect, yes.
So, using the ability for prestidigitation to immediately soil something larger than a cubic foot, she snaps her fingers and says the magic word, and her entire forearm is covered in what she imagines to be a wound from getting slashed lengthwise.
Oh, yes, that's very good. That's very convincing. If you have yellow blood, of course. Yes, very good.
And that seems to be the right hue and color, so I think we're covered. It just doesn't make it look like it actually was sliced, so that's the problem.
No worries. The whole purpose of armor is to make it so that you can't really see where you've been damaged. But if it's bleeding from underneath, it's more convincing that way. Right, let me go prepare...
Nodding along and...
Let me go prepare Miss Morgot, and I'll leave it to you, to both you and the sorcerer and Ptomiros. I will leave it to you to decide who is going to battle, okay? Is everyone okay with this plan? I'm sorry, I see if I can take it over again.
Oh, I have an idea. What if we both fight them?
I don't think that's an option.
That would be a little unfair, unless one of you is fighting on her side.
Leave it to professionals.
Hear me out.
Kid.
So hear me out. What if I fight the sorcerer and a Bullywug friend stays here?
What? Why would they let that be a thing that happens?
Wait. I could actually see this. Maybe.
What?
Yeah, think of the story. So, Ptomiros isn't here, but then one of these outsiders, are fighting on the behalf of this Bullywug, and then what if, because all these royal fops are probably like into romance or other things and then one of them thinks that maybe sorcerer is championing the frog knight.
I'm going to cut you off right there. Whoever's speaking.
They're settling some sort of beef that we had before coming here, and what's wrong?
I'm cutting you off because that's not going to work.
Yes, but think of the optics. Think of how well that would sell. The crowd would go
Yes, but
crazy.
then you'll also be viewed as a traitor to the king. Do you really want to put yourself in that position?
How does the system work? Can you not volunteer people to fight on your behalf?
Not on my behalf, on your behalf.
What kind of honky-tonk backwater is this? No wonder the kings have no divine right to rule. You can barely hold a functional society together. Maybe the gods wouldn't have abandoned this place if you guys could figure out some basic dueling rules. Gods!
Tobro, shut up!
That's not me.
That's in character.
That's
Just
totally a
estimates
character.
that Tomoros has
Yes,
a
make a
90%
wisdom
chance of
saving
just
throw.
murdering the king.
I don't know what that. I'm guessing. Trek, you did that. Not me.
No, I did that.
That was Yanara.
How? Why is it under me then?
Because it's prompting a save. I cast suggestion.
Oh.
Oh. That Tobros has to shut up now.
What's your suggestion?
My suggestion was Tobros, shut up.
You can't see his mouth. You can tell he's pouting.
Well,
Like I said before, it's not you are able to choose your champion. As for me, because I am the traitor of the king and to the Soggy Court, I have no one to defend myself.
also
I am the accused.
Yes,
You will be the accuser.
and I also assume if anyone did stand in as your champion, they would also be viewed as a traitor. Yes.
Correct.
Well, I do not want that. Oh, please come closer.
And she's kind of like, can Phee reach through the gaps in the roots?
Oh.
Actually, hang on. She turns around.
Ptomiros, would you kindly unlock the cell?
Because the keys were just hanging on the wall.
PB has
Ptomiros.
Sorry, yes. Sorry,
Maybe
I meant to
Hey.
Phoebe.
Questioning.
Stretches his hand all the way over to where the keys are, grabs them, and
There are
unlocks
so
the
many
cell.
P names.
PB, would you mind unlocking our friend's cell here?
This unit is slightly dumbfounded. Would we not have done this in the first place?
What? To
No.
unlocking the cell?
We could just leave.
But then we can't get the Frog King's help with trying to go against the hag, PB.
Are you sure we were even going to get his help?
Wait. Margot's help. Sorry, that the king. Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Well,
useless.
Morgot said that the king is not that approving of the hag. Yes, Morgot?
More or less. Everyone is not in favor of Balvorna.
So right now we have a monarch who does not approve of the hag, but I guess reluctantly follows her lead. But if we perhaps gain his help, we can remove this, I guess, the true tyrant of this land, and allow him to rule without her influence, or be killed next week without her influence.
Phoebe's having a calculating conundrum in his hands, but oh well. You want to convince the king to help, but we have to put on a spectacle for some reason for us to do so, versus the fact that I've literally just said we could just open the door and let her out and let her leave. I'm confused at what the spectacle is for at this point.
I think we
But-
want her as also.
Yes, we can just open the door and let her out.
And then we get painted as traitors because we
We bring
released a
her-
traitor.
And they won't see that now if I'm opening the door.
But you have been assigned as the overseer.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So,
So you will take the
Yeah.
fall for it.
I thought that was the whole point of presenting the weapon and going that route. But, yes, I am just confused. Okay.
I know, it's a very conflicting matter. You guys
I'm just so we're putting on a gigantic show, and I don't understand why. We are inducing a lot of again, I'm going, this is from PB's mentality of you're inducing a crap ton of variables into a scenario that doesn't need to. Like, we're putting on a giant spectacle with the hope that the blood is convincing, with the hope that the combat goes, with all of this stuff, when we could literally just open the door because there's nobody witnesses, and we take her weapon and show it to the king and bluff him out of it.
Do
It's
you
just
voice
a
this?
door.
Voice
Well,
this
yes,
to your
PB has
friend.
mentioned it, but then again, PB is also just sitting there with his eyes flashing, probably some lines of code, wondering what is going on, and just has a short-circuiting pop in his head. This unit is conflicted. He just opens the door and swings it open.
Right.
Do what you must.
Thank you, PB. Morgot. Sorcerer Ptomiros, would you mind stepping away? I don't want to, impugn her dignity as I'm, inhering the blood sachets.
Wait, is my cell open too?
No.
You're faces the wall.
You know what? No, Ptomiros goes and just lies face down, Like he just falls forward flat on his face. He's staring directly into the ground. He gives you a little thumbs up.
And yep, Phee will.
Statement, you know it is more peaceful having him in that cell. Is there an option we could just leave him in there?
Is he saying PB saying this out loud or?
Yes, he says this out loud, and then you just see him stare for a minute. Joking. This unit was a joke.
Insight check.
To answer
Wait a second,
your...
you're a robot. Never mind.
To answer your question, Trag, earlier, he is small enough to just go into the cell.
Well, she gets the door open by PB and goes in, and once everyone has left, starts using some of her adhering materials to attach these underneath her tunics and other whatnot, so they are hard to notice, especially once she potentially dons armor, but are in prime positions that would be broken open when struck.
Okay.
And once she's happy with it, she steps back and nods and says,
Right. You are ready for a very bloody end.
Fantastic. Is your friend gonna be alright? And she points over to Ptomiros.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. He is unique. I don't know if that is a good thing, but he is unique.
Right, so have you decided who's going to be fighting against me then?
Oh, no, I leave that up to the others. I'm just here to make sure you die,
with air quotes,
die convincingly.
Ah. Very well.
But may I make a request?
Depending on the request.
Should you survive this, which is obviously the goal, well, I don't know if you will be welcomed here, but I do know that the carnival could probably use someone of your integrity.
I don't know what carnival you're speaking of. My plan was to go to the Soggy Court, where Sir Televar
yes.
was supposed to go.
Of course, yeah. No, that honestly makes more sense. But if they can help at all, that would be great. Though help in the Feywild seems a wildly confusing concept. But
yes, quite. Right.
Sorry.
she steps back and there's this little blush on her face.
Right. Good luck. Die well.
Yes, I'll die with a grinning grin. I don't know if I can grin, but anyways, you know what I mean. We're frogs.
And Phee exits.
Did you just leave the door open though?
I don't have the keys. And honestly, we gotta get her out anyway.
She follows, putting on her ear.
Right. Morgot is ready. We should probably also bring Ptomiros, and you and Sorcerer. You can decide who is fighting on the way to the proving grounds.
I will begrudgingly make way for the sorcerer's expertise in the matter. Especially since this is a fake fight and in no way real or reflective of actual combat abilities.
Like it hurt to say.
Well, are you going to let your friend out or not?
You're just still calculating the potential.
She just goes back in the door.
PB could be
Literally, it's
smiling.
just
He'd
a
be
wood-
smiling right now.
It's just a woodlash. She just lifts up. Okay, you can come out now.
Ptomiros comically, without like bending his knees, just kind of stands up straight in one motion.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So and she kind of taps on PB. You're the one looking over this, correct? Yes, we
Correct.
discussed this. Right. Well, the proving grounds are that way, and she points just to the south of you, all of you, and there should be a bell inside, and ring the bell, and then we'll summon the Soggy Court, and I'm highly suspecting that King Gullop will be there too. But I will make my way there.
Sealy? I thought it was the Soggy Court.
Soggy Court, you know what I'm talking about.
Is that he or
That was me.
Margot?
He slipped up. Soggy Court.
Heck, over. Stop.
What?
If Phee casts heroism on the sorcerer, would you
Mhm.
narratively allow it to last for the combat? I know it only has a 1 minute cast.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
All right.
They're basically just pumping them both full of performance-enhancing drugs ahead of this fight. They feel less pain and they feel no fear.
I mean, this is just on brand for these kind of fights, right?
It is actually, and it's staged too. And Phee is giving them literal drugs. I just realized this is not a metaphor. Phee is a doctor. It's fucking
yeah.
amphetamine.
This is basically a like a stim pack. She gives you it. It comes as a little packet, but yeah, she gives you this.
All right. This should improve your reflexes. And well, it will delay any bruising you might get, as well as deaden some of the pain. Go get them, a sorcerer, I guess.
Ooh.
You know what? Just to add some fun to it too, as far as if we're all juicing the
Be right back.
or juicing the sorcerer. Is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we juicing the sorcerer? I'll throw him a bardic inspiration.
I juiced both of them.
Get both of them.
Yeah. I'll burn a third thought instead, and I'll target both of them with the Eagle Splendor.
As we do this, Ptomiros is riding behind the sorcerer, just giving, like, massaging his shoulders. He's got a towel handy. He's giving him, like, good advice.
Remember to watch your guard and punch with your whole fist, not just 2 fingies at a time. I've made this mistake before. It was unpleasant. Also, remember, you got to aim for the squib packs in the stomach.
So I agree to it.
Just make sure not to punch through the frog, otherwise this will kill the frog. As I found out.
Thank you, Doctor. I could not figure that out myself.
I know, they got weird. They're little, like, scruggly guys. I didn't think they'd be
There you
so
go.
easy to tear apart, but they are. Anyways, you got this, champ. Do us proud.
All right. All right.
There we go. I fixed it. So they both have it now.
Perfect. As you all start coming in, giving sorcerer some juice, juice. Margot is waiting next to a mangrove tree that is standing in the patch of this heavily churned mud and stone, and kind of scattered along the floor. You see some rusted bits of armor and weapons, and there are 2 lengths of chain anchored to each side of the tree trunk, where she's currently putting a shackle on herself. And she looks over to the sorcerer. The other shackle will be like over here. And she looks over to you, PB, as you start to fall up behind. Just ring that bell and they all start coming.
Where are you ready then?
I'll be ready as I ever be.
Have we
Oh,
sufficiently drugged the sorcerer up enough?
I don't know what that means, but all I saw you do was touch his arm and
It was
wave your
required for the
hands in
rest of
front
the
of his
members.
face.
You need not reply.
Ah, sorry. Anywho, and do you go to ring up this bell?
Where's the bell? It's like in the center of the tree, you said?
It's like right here.
He goes up to it and full force, like just rings it as hard as he can with what force he can, I suppose.
And the sound is much louder than you think a normal bell is. It's like almost like a much louder than a church bell. It just dings so loudly and reverberates in the air. And not a moment later, you hear a lot of padding thumps and jostling armor as a whole bunch of people, bullywugs specifically, dressed in fancy attire and very rambunctious wigs, start filing into the stadium, all whispers and murmurs until they see what's going on. And then all of a sudden the atmosphere immediately roars with anticipation. And not too soon afterwards, you see King Gullop come in and takes his seat upon his throne with Snoodle in his lap.
Where is his throne?
I will... I'm putting him in here real quick. So...
There's really nothing better to do but drop everything at the drop of a literal bell.
Yeah, pretty much. So that 1 second. I'm trying to find his file because I had to restart everything. So he's going to be...
started.
Yeah, he's going to be up here. Snoodle's here. There will be bullywugs. I'm not putting everything in here, but he is sitting way over here. There are people around the ring, and they are cheering and clapping their hands, giving out, yes, yes, kill the traitor, kill her, behead her head. And then they look at the sorcerer, the fleshy, it's the fleshy.
Oh my god.
And Margot will look over to you, sorcerer. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. Then you and I are both going to roll initiative.
While this is going on, Yanara has her one-man band set up on and she's playing like epic battle music.
Pretty good. Good. All right. So how do I... There we go. All right. Should be in the gear icon.
All right, need to roll initiative.
Yep, roll initiative for me.
Nice.
Oh,
Good
job, buddy.
All right. So she has her glaive in hand, and she is donning her armor, and she looks at you, getting into a stance.
dude, I'm
What?
not even using the halberd on this one.
All right.
In this case, I guess PB, what did you put enhanced ability on me with?
Eagle Splendor. You have both have advantage on charisma checks, so
Okay,
have fun with
make it look
performance.
convincing.
Railing attacks with charisma.
Yeah, I maybe. I was going more for the bluffing idea, but you know. You could
In that
punch
case,
the
man, it's
player.
been a while since I played Barbarian. So where is I would like to rage.
All right.
And then I think we're at 30 feet, 25 feet.
Mhm.
Well, they want a blood performance, so let's get on mugging.
We're muggers. We mug things.
Mukbang?
Mug. We're not gonna eat the frog. I would actually like.
Froglings.
I would actually like to grapple.
You would like to grapple her.
I would like to grapple the frog. Yes. Because then this is interesting, like grappling the frog.
Okay.
So I think it's an athletics versus their athletics or dexterity. So
Yes.
I will roll it. Ooh.
You do have bardic inspiration unless you used it.
No, I don't think this is critical.
Alright.
I think a 17 will be fine. It's okay. If I don't make this one, I can always grapple again.
And we're
Oh,
Is that a 1?
nope, that's a natural 20.
20.
Holy cow!
She immediately butts you off as you come forward trying to wrap her your arms around her.
Oh. This was all part going to plan, because we're going to grapple again.
Holy shit, she's yoked as excrement.
Alright. And she will try again.
Literally cannot succeed, but that's okay.
Nope, she doesn't win this round.
Loading announcer scripts.
She is
And the
now
sorcerer comes in
grappled.
from the right column.
Yeah.
You can commentate, sure.
And the sorcerer comes in from the left corner, swinging wildly, trying to grapple the frog. Morgot saves deftly. The crowd cheers in anticipation. Who will know what comes next? We don't even know.
Is there anything else you like to do?
No, I think I'm actually out of everything. So I use bonus action, action, movement.
Alright. You may end your turn.
A pimple performance from the flesh bag. What will come next from Morgot? What skills will she show us here today?
Oh my god.
I love this.
Alright. Let's see here. Well, since she's grappled, she's actually just going to multi-attack on you with 2 of her glaives. Alright, so let's get you.
Bring it on.
You're
Alright.
holding her shoulders and she decides to gut you.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Just D&D things.
I'm assuming a 7 does not hit with the first
no,
one.
it does not.
And the other
Lucy's
one
15.
is a 9. Oh, that's not.
That's the
I don't know why-
damage. No.
That's the damage. I don't know why I did that twice, but whatever.
Does-
Does a 20 hit? Why am I being targeted?
No, it does not. Because that's illegal.
Wow.
Roll again.
Okay.
I think it rolled a 6. Yeah,
It
because it
rolled
rolled
6.
It did
Did
roll,
roll
a
a
6.
6. Fucking A.
I'm guessing 6 does not hit, so.
It does not.
6
Perhaps
plus
it's the
whatever.
sorcerer's inspiring presence. Meat-based inspiring presence, but Morgot swings wildly with her halberd. Fails twice in a row. Truly a turn of events. Who will come out ahead? Who will succeed in this life or death battle?
I'd like to say
And
the
then as a bonus
Alice
action,
quickly.
she's going to do Croak of Charming.
Huh? Oh no, wisdom saves.
Ooh. Oh no.
He's gonna do anything!
By the
As
frog.
Morgot finally croaked.
You are
What's
so
this?
charmed.
I don't think that a bardic inspiration will help you.
It
If
did.
you roll an
it
8,
would
you'll
not.
be 1 short.
Alright, you are under the effects of charm, but she cannot do anything else, so it is now not end down. End my turn, please. There you go.
So, yeah, we don't need to apply that because it's not more than the temp HP he's already got.
Since I can't do anything harmful, I would like to spend my action
To make
Damn,
out with
lose
the
my
frog.
rage.
Peacock.
To
You
make
know,
out
actually-
with the frog.
Oh no.
And, hold on, hear me out.
They want a spectacle.
Enemies to lovers is a great romance genre.
Enemies
Yep.
to lovers in a death battle.
Absolutely.
I am all for this.
Oh my
I
God,
would like
we're
to
Hunger
roll
Games thing.
performance for enemies to
are.
lovers.
We're doing a Hunger Games.
Yep.
Someone's hungry, all right.
Oh no.
Can I please roll performance?
Sure. Roll me performance.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Use that bardic.
You know what? We'll definitely invoke Bart. Come on. I meant to hit once, but
No,
okay.
it rolls twice because she's a creation bard. It rolls twice and you get the higher
It
one.
rolls.
Do I roll? Yeah.
You have advantage.
It only took the
Basically.
high one.
All right. So how would you describe this?
So initially it was a grappling, kind of just rebuffing, and so the frog's trying a different strategy, which is being charming. And since, that's kind of a lamest beginning, why not lean into the charm? Why not make the hug even tighter? And then
Oh,
give a frog a kiss.
Dipper, you
Well-
coward. Dipper.
Dipper!
This unit can't even believe what he's saying, ladies and gentlemen. Love blossoms on the battlefield, truly.
Of course it would be
Cover
a
the
dip
eyes
and
of
a
your
kiss.
children.
I'm not gonna say this is what Vince McMahon went down for, but I'm also not gonna say it's not what Vince McMahon went down for.
There,
mean,
a
he
lot
did
of
have a-
people...
He did have a dream, or not even a dream. It was the female Bullywug that came and visited him in the inn.
And you hear a very distinguished cry of sadness from the stands. Behind King Gullop is the same frog.
Yeah.
She is heartbroken while everyone else in the stands are like confused and others are like, what? And Margot is just stiffened in your arms.
Brandy puts her hand over Gek's eyes.
And she just pulls back. What the fuck are you doing?
See here, ladies and gentlemen, this fight to the death has only gotten more intense. As passion truly erupts.
Love is a battlefield, as they say.
Okay, is PB doing this or is Salty doing this?
So
Yes.
This is TV. He's loaded an announcer script. He's just sitting there like motionless, no motions whatsoever, just as booming out of his speaker grill.
That's amazing.
do you do anything else? I mean, you have another action, so
Do I have another action? I thought that
You
would
do.
be action.
that's your
It's a
action. You have an
grapple.
action.
You grappled her into a kiss. So that's one attack.
Well, he doesn't get. You don't have second attack now, do you?
I do have a second attack, but I thought this would replace both the
Oh.
attack actions.
I mean, if you wanted to say like that, then otherwise I can move on.
Yeah, let's move on, because I think if I don't get hit in the next round, I'm going to lose my rage. So.
Well, she is immediately going to hit you after that.
Yes.
the short con.
Yeah,
It's become a
she's
level
really
of
go-
lovers' quarrels, folks. It seems like it was only one-sided. Can this be canon now that just PB has announcer files from being like in the
Sure.
carnival?
Absolutely.
16.
Does 12, so I think I take half of that, so that'd be 6 damage.
I believe it's 6 went down on that, correct?
Yeah, the temp HP went down.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Where did I get temp HP from? Why do I have 2 left?
And then
A
11.
year and a half ago, when the
So
second
basically,
last session-
after she does that, she literally uses the flat side of her glaive to bat you against the face with it. And then she's going to come back with the other half, but she widely misses as she's still grappled in your arms. And that's her turn.
Nice try, young one. But I am the king of this. And he is going to try
You're
to
a
shove
king
her.
of making out people?
It's going to shove her onto the ground.
Oh, sheesh.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Children, you might want to leave the stadium. This is taking a drastic turn.
No, this is becoming exciting!
Parental discretion is advised.
Clasps 2 hands over his eyes and just covers his face.
All right.
Started with a kiss. How it ended up like this? It was only a kiss.
Yeah, she goes down.
Oh my.
This is not something we should be doing.
My.
You punch me.
You know what I forgot? I forgot to do that. The eagle's claw thing that comes out.
Oh, perfect. A lot of blood just splashed all over you and her as you spiked her. I feel my dying breath. She's gonna roll a performance check.
Yes,
She has
please.
advantage. She has advantage.
She has advantage.
Oh, she does.
No.
Okay, you're correct.
I thought you
Roll
said.
again, roll again.
I thought you said.
Rare
it's-
time eagle splendor might be. Oh,
Wow!
never mind.
She has bardic inspiration. She has bardic inspiration.
I already used it.
Fuck you.
Wow.
That sounded personal.
I'm gonna roll
Uh,
some
can
insight checks
PB
here.
Can PB give like 8 or do add to it by his announcer voice of like commenting on her death to make it
Yeah.
seem like it's more realistic and cover for it?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, PB
you
having
can
no
do so.
charisma?
You go ahead and roll me a. You know what? Roll me a performance check to make it even better.
Oh boy, I have a -1 to performance.
Oh dear.
It's yay! You have a negative.
Oh,
one.
it's close.
Wow.
Alright, let me get some stuff going on here. So, 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are frogs and toadettes. There is blood everywhere. This could be the very end of Morgot. It's totally
What the
Jesus
fuck is
fuck.
this?
Oh.
Don't mind that. Alright.
Don't mind.
What did you just roll?
What?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, the people in the stadium, some of them are like, wait, that doesn't seem right. Oh, no, this is amazing. Look at all the blood. He took her down in one fell swoop. Did you not see? What are you talking about? And the one that doesn't seem more, his eyes are narrowing very suspiciously, and that's King Gullop, because he's not taking the performance very well. And Margot is sensing this, so she's, you gotta do something. Smell me. Do something. And that is her turn. It is your turn, sorcerer.
Sounds good. I'm gonna lean in and whisper, "Do you want out of this?"
What, if you making out with me? Yes, I want out of that.
To the wall or to the sky?
Sky. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna yeet her up in the air.
Yeet.
Oh wait, we have shackles?
He's gonna ignore that. He's gonna continue with the yeeting.
Oh
Oh
no.
boy.
Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Wow.
We are rolling.
I have a boldening bond. Is that something I should use?
It gives
if you
you a D4 to that roll once per turn.
Is that still active?
Yeah.
I apparently have it.
That was from combat a while ago, wasn't it?
The last
Meh.
10 minutes. But
I say the 16 is effective. You threw her high, but then you see the shackles of the chains that you are both attached to go high above your head, then realize your mistake as she starts to fall back down and belly flops right back onto the ground. And you see more yellow blood splash everywhere.
Ladies
I
and
will
gentlemen,
whisper.
toads can fly. Oh wait, never mind. She's back on the ground. Look at the blood everywhere. It spills. Surely this is the end of Morgot. The flashback stands over ominously.
Remember, we just gotta make this look
She's-
performative.
We're both gonna roll some performances
With advantage.
with advantage.
With advantage. Wow.
God damn it, Margot!
That's not 16 for Margot. She's laying still.
Never mind. God damn it, sorcerer.
He
The
rolled
crowd
2
boos the
threes.
sorcerer. That was not a good move.
She's laying dead. She's playing dead at this moment because a lot of blood just splurted out, and she's looking good. So I'll do this one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So again, some of the crowds are like cheering. They're up in an uproar. They're like, "Ah, yes, she's dead. You saw it. Look at all the blood." And of course, as the rest of you peer up, you notice as King Gullop is frowning and looking at you all with a very disapproving glare, because he's the only one, and his pet Snoodle
What?
are not entertained by this falsities. You have one more chance. What do you do? She's using her action to remain still, so it's back to you.
I'll definitely no longer grapple, that's for sure.
Give her the signature move, the ass potato of the sorcerer.
I still have the potato
Jeez.
with 5 punches? That can't be right. Was that the same or different from the ass potato?
I don't know.
I still have the potato from today, right?
Yeah.
I could throw it to him. I don't know what.
You're no longer charmed, by the way.
Salty,
Good.
did PB say that out loud?
Yeah, he's been doing this the whole time, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's been
No,
announcing.
that's I just want to make sure the ass potato finisher move.
It's all PB knows of the ass potato, so.
Hey, Gek, can you throw this to the sorcerer? And I take the potato out of my bag of the day.
Why?
It's gonna help, I think.
Okay.
Gek will grab the potato and try to toss it at the sorcerer.
Alright, roll me athletics check.
I am tossing directly at the sorcerer to like full strength.
Alright, roll me an athletics check. And sorcerer, roll me a perception check.
Oh wait, I think so. Oh fuck!
This is great. I love it.
Okay.
Flex.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna rage while throwing the potato?
I don't think he needs to.
Okay, so I will say, Gek, yes, you throw this potato, and sorcerer, you see something in the corner of your eye, and you just barely manage to turn towards it and catch it. And now you have a potato in your hand.
There's a part of me wants to alley-oop and dunk on this person.
Hey, the people's potato.
The people's potato.
Here it comes. Toads and Toadettes, the people's potato. The thing that no other foe has ever lived to tell the tale from the sorcerer. You witness it here first, folks. And I hope you never have to see it yourselves, face to face.
Does that mean we break out the tomatoes? Indeed it does.
No,
Bring out the tomatoes and cabbages.
Potatoes.
You just see it on raw.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
You see tomatoes and cabbages immediately fall out of the air from the crowd as they start raining above you.
It's finding produce.
Does Jan start that as a chant? With like the musical.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So what do you do during
Our
this
mouth
whole-
is occupied right now.
What do you do, sorcerer, with this potato?
I would like to roll non-lethal potato damage.
Okay.
I like to grapple
roll
onto
me an unarmed strike.
Yes. I think I'm still raging, so I
Yeah?
should have advantage. I don't know why it isn't prompting a. Yes!
That was awesome!
Starts playing from PB at max blast.
Oh my god!
There you go. All right. Yeah, well, whoever just did the fireworks, beautiful, because I'm going to use that.
That's what the potato looks like, just obliterates.
It obliterates right on top of Margot's head, and you can see from your standpoint, source, besides the starchy potatoness smashed on her head, there is a dent in her head now. And she is like she's still feigning death. But you could have sworn there was fireworks that explode out of nowhere as you slam that potato, and the crowd goes wild, and they're like, and they start clapping. She's dead! She's dead! Margot, the traitor's dead! And the king's like, looking very flustered at all the audience, and he's like, we have a winner here. The man named as Fleshy. You are the winner. You may take a bow, whatever you do. And he flaps his webbed fingers in your direction.
He has his arms out, kind of like a Roman warrior, like, come on, get the crowd going with the cheering.
And the whole crowd is growing crazy. They are screaming out, Fleshy, Fleshy.
Are you not entertained?
Yes, are you not entertained?
Who's in here first? The man known as the flesh bag potato wrestler has conquered all, and the unit is now resuming normal operations.
Is there water or something that he can throw her into nearby?
Yeah, you see, like, it's really hard to tell, but there are arches here in here, and obviously the map doesn't say, but those are the places to throw the body in.
Chucker.
Yep, I'm gonna.
Shackle first. There.
Yep.
Cuckoo.
Gonna drag her into one of those holes and throw her in there.
And
hopefully she's keen to play dead.
oh yeah, she's still playing dead. You throw her in there. She is being taken. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Sploosh.
Bloosh. I am trying to. Did I? Why haven't I toggle?
Hmm?
Oh, there it is. Sorry. She's gone. You watch as her body starts floating down through the channel and into the swampy, murky abyss. Before you can't see her anymore. And now instead of tomatoes and cabbages flying around, there are now flowers. And still a very, how could you? You were coming from the stand.
Oh my god.
Wait, is that the same one?
That's the same Bullywug. So, and she just runs off, crying, and King Gullop's like, whatever. And as you get the last bits of it and everything, all you watch is the Soggy Court just stand up from their spots and clap in your direction, and even King Gullop with a very heavy sigh stands up and starts clapping for you too. And one by one, everyone from the stand start to file back out and go towards the palace. And the king looks at all of you, still a little suspicious, but follows in pursuit. We're leaving all of you alone at the proving grounds. Don't let me. So what do you do, guys? What do you guys do next?
Jan, I think that was the best potato yet.
I mean, we've had some pretty great ones.
Where do you keep coming with these potatoes?
Don't worry about it.
That makes me want to worry more.
Are you just ignoring Gek?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gek. Yes.
No, if you're ignoring him, he's gonna start climbing on you looking for that bag wherever that potato came from.
Gek, no, there aren't any more potatoes. No, it's my bag.
I'm hungry.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's
What?
a bag of pixie dust in there. You're not looking too hard, are you?
Maybe he spawned quick enough. Probably not.
Roll me investigation.
Oh
Oh,
no.
the Lord in the sky has deemed otherwise.
Do I get a pose check of some kind?
You can roll me athletics if you want.
So shit.
8.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow. I managed to barely rest. I tried to barely rest Gek off of me, then hold him up, and then like spin around and around and say, I couldn't have done it without Gek. He threw it really, really straight at Sorcerer, and I definitely couldn't have done that myself.
Faster.
Just spinning him around.
Faster. I can try. I suppose that is what I do. In response.
Right.
So, do we meet with the king now, or find her?
Sorcerer, very well fought. I'm very proud of you. Ptomiros, would you mind helping her up? Him up, sorry. Blah.
Have I stopped kissing yet? Can I look again?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, come on. It's just a show. I mean, the other one didn't think it was a show, but...
Sorcerer? Perhaps?
Yes?
Maybe quiet about that fact right now. You never know who's listening.
Gives a weak thumbs up.
Yes, a valiant fight. I'm very happy you survived and proved your honor to the king. Now we can probably go speak with him and perhaps call on his favor.
Yes, that would be a good idea. That's what we came here for anyways.
Yes, of course.
Well, don't want to keep the king waiting.
All right. Well, as you all agree to go to the king, I would say this goes directly to it, this door here. And I will move you to the new map.
Oh my god.
There we go.
But heavy.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
I still
I'm
can't
lying. Lying.
We have entered the kaleidoscope dimension.
Whoa!
Oh, I remembered this map.
Mm-hmm.
You were practically shaking me to try and help you get started with it.
Yeah, so as you all enter from the far left, you are immediately greeted by various fairy lights illuminating this giant scene before you. You see various buildings of different sizes and different themes. You see one covered in ivy and moss and what looks like mushrooms on one, and then the other one is a stone brick with more of covered in very fancy window glass, stained glass windows, and very polished in with jades and amethyst within the stone, and it's just very, very fancy all in general. My brain is but you see as nobles are they see you coming and they turn and they immediately applaud as a sorcerer starts coming in. Ah, that's quite a show, Fleshy. Quite a show indeed. I haven't had that much of excitement in such a long time. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Well entertained. So you should be coming from over here, you guys. But I am using Theater of the Mind because there is a lot of people technically roaming this area. But I am only putting in important players, pieces in.
Okay.
The ox is important.
Yeah,
The
ox is important.
Oh, right. Wow. This is opulent.
Iridescent. Beautiful.
Huh. What, you think we all live in the swamp waters?
Yes.
Posh.
That's exactly what I thought.
Where might
I'm speaking to one of the people.
where might we find His Majesty? We would like
His Majesty. He's over in that building. And it's actually the building with the amethyst and jades and the stone walls. And you see a whole bunch of very vibrant colored flags decorating here and there. And you see some stationed Bullywug knights heavily stationed around the front in the balcony. And there is a single stairway that leads up to his home.
All right. Well, Phee will look around to the others.
right. Shall we go speak with the king? Ptomiros, may I ask a favor?
Sure. What do you require?
Can we be on our best behavior with the king? I'd rather not have you thrown in prison again.
I was on my best behavior last time. It's not my fault these people don't know how to behave.
Well, understand that different people have different cultures, and that sometimes what you might say could offend them even if you did not mean it that way.
You have my word that I will be on my utmost, at my utmost best.
That's all we can ask for. Thank you, Ptomiros.
Gives him a smile, and then just walks forward with Dumplemorp, Mechamorp at her side.
Tavares is gonna lean down off of the ox, talk to the sorcerer.
So I'm assuming what she means is don't bring up trying to kill the hag again, right? I've done some reflection. It seems like that might be what landed me in prison the first time.
Yes.
Is he saying this loud enough that Phee might still hear him?
Probably. He's not great with volume control.
Phee will turn back around.
No, Ptomiros, it was more the implication that he was perhaps not guarding his realm well, and that you were insinuating perhaps that he was culpable in child captivity or trafficking.
Ah, yes, that.
Yes.
Okay, despite it being possibly objectively true, I will hold my tongue.
Thank you. We can follow into those information later, perhaps with other parties not involving the king.
He just nods. You can tell he's trying not to speak.
Right. So
Phee,
yes.
Phee, just remember, Gek can help make Ptomiros quiet if you ask Gek.
Oh no,
Nicely.
I believe Ptomiros is going to be on his best behavior, as will Gek, as will you. Yes, Brandywine?
What do you mean, me?
I think you know what I mean.
Just gives her a shit-eating smile. It's very kind.
It's only if someone asks me directly a question. It's not like as a... They just have to not ask me questions. We'll all be fine. Uh-huh.
Yeah, while you guys are busy talking, Gek's gonna try climbing up this lamp to grab the fairy lights.
Gek, wait, hold on. Is he just gonna... Are you gonna try to climb and drag her along as you climb up?
I mean, I'm only 10 feet away, so...
How high is a fairy light, GM?
Technically, it's the reach of the leash.
So
So
I
if
guess the
Gek wants to
mechanical-
climb up to get at the lantern, well, Gek, as you get close, you actually see not bugs. Surprisingly, you see fairies inside these lanterns.
Help me! Help me! Wait.
Oh my. That
Hi!
That was
Hello?
not...
Who are you?
A fairy?
Yeah, but what's your name?
We don't give out our names. That's a rule.
Gek, what did you find? Gentle tone.
Fairies!
What?
Gek's gonna take the lantern.
I think he said berries.
No,
You take the
fairies!
lantern.
He's gonna jump down and show off the lantern to Yanara and Brandywine.
And you see a fairy inside the lantern.
So... Oh no. Let me just double check. Brandywine drops the leash and attempts to try and open the lantern as fast as she can.
Alright.
And Yanara immediately snagged the leash again.
Oh.
Alright, so you go to open the...
I want to try and free the fairy. Yes.
Yeah, it's not that hard to do. You open the glass latch, and all of a sudden you watch as the fairy looks at you very hesitant before dashing out with blinding speed as it flies off into the sky. Now you're holding a empty lantern with no light.
Hey, that's mine!
Uh-oh. I don't think I was supposed to do that.
Now you have to get a new one!
Maybe we don't touch the berries. Just a thought.
Stupid duck!
Wow.
Gek chose violence this morning.
Gek chooses violence every morning. That's why we get along. That's why we're married.
I still don't know what that means!
Gek,
How do I?
Gek,
Yeah?
what do you think of this?
and from her pack she pulls out one of her it's a little quartz-like stone, and with a wave of her hand she makes it glow 5 feet and hands it to Gek.
Here, you can have your own personal light just for you. And if you tap it, it glows a little brighter. And I think if you get it wet, it glows blue.
Ooh!
So, enjoy.
Thank you! And Gek would just run around with the light directly above his head.
Perfect.
Yanara looks at Phee and gives her a thumbs up.
So
Keys.
that was me
Keys.
using magical tinkering.
Okay.
And then turns back to PB and Sorcerer.
Right, would you two mind leading the way? I think it makes the most sense with you having the most authority in the situation, and a sorcerer being the conquering hero, that you, announce us to the king?
Wait. You want me to do talking?
Well, at least your presence, of course. Yes, you were the triumphant hero.
Yeah, just remind me what we want from the king. I'm still riding the high from winning.
That might be the drugs.
Well, yes. They do tend to.
I'm pretty sure it's not the drugs. Pretty sure it's me.
No. No. Actually, I think Brandy went a little right. There are some side effects, but they're short-lived. Only a few hours at most. Oh, yes. But yes, I think we would like to speak with the king. And once we meet him and talk with him, at least perhaps a private audience, we can perhaps mention some of the information we learned from the deceased. And of course dealing with this land's current ruler. If that's not too insulting, it might be insulting. Maybe don't say that. We'll figure it out, I think.
It just helped me with the speaking. It was good at performance, but I don't know how to read.
Really? You don't know how to read?
They never taught me how to read. I mean, I could read. I guess I could read signs.
Foolish.
I can't.
Ignorant. Daft. You hear inside your head.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't go to school. I'm not like you. I didn't go to school. Didn't
Right.
offer it.
Would you like to learn to read?
Yeah.
Right. When we are done here in the Feywild, I would gladly teach you.
Well, with that, remind me again what we need from the king. Just his good graces and the ability to find the hag.
I think so, yes. I think he may have a private or otherwise personal way to get us to her, and we may beseech him for use of it.
Okay, we'll see what we can get from that.
Right. Best behaviors, everyone.
Ptomiros just nods violently.
Although it's kind of funny now, I'm going to go see a king, and I only basically have, like, pants?
I was gonna say a leotard, a speedo.
Yeah, it's basically a speedo.
It's ceremonial garb. They can't question your people's
Exactly.
traditions.
I'm pretty sure it looks weird.
Also, I hate to say it, but one of the partial side effects of coming off the drug, it may last for a couple hours. You may want to talk to a doctor at some point afterward, but
Uh-oh.
you got a salute going on, sir, and leotard is not doing anything to help it.
Well, you see, if you're heading that way, you ask the nearby the Bullywug Knights, and you make your way towards the the Amethyst Jade Palace, as with the attached stairwell to the side. And again, you still hear some applause as you go by, Sorcerer, for your job well done. And eventually, I can say you guys can just dump your characters into this room where I am
Move
thinking.
around because the walls are intersecting everything.
Yep.
Yeah, hold on. Boop. I'll dump you in there myself. Ptomiros, you stay behind, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, there's so many. There's duplicates.
I can't collide with the wall.
Where's duplicates?
There's 2 PBs.
There's two.
Where?
Wait,
There's
what?
2 Dumplemorps. There's 2 PBs.
Yanara isn't even there.
I don't even see another PB. I only see one.
I have 2 PBs.
Now you have 1.
Never mind. I'm back to 1.
2 fees.
Okay, you guys do your thing because I don't see any of you on my map.
It's all right. We got you. I'm
His
helping.
Craig has on-host advantage.
I have God powers.
Oh no!
Nope.
He can use the Kashak without any issues.
Sorcerers.
All right, because I just don't see anybody
Who just moved
besides.
me?
And the
I did.
Chakram.
I have magic powers, aka I'm also on the GM layer doing technical difficulty stuff.
Shockwave also works correctly.
How dare you use the remote control of my character?
I have full control of everything.
EB starts doing the Macarena.
There are 2
Alright,
sorcerers
so-
still, though.
You come inside, going up along the stairwell, and surprisingly, there is no doors. You see various openings, and you look inside, and there is a very lavish lounge chair made of wicker, as well as a bed, a table, where the king is currently residing in a chair with Snoodle in his lap as he's overlooking this book that he's shown you in the Soggy Court, and you see as the Bullywugs are sitting outside of these openings, not really looking at you, but they seem to be listening, attentive to see if there's any harm coming in their way. But as you come in one by one, this King Gullop just raises his head with a loud like croak.
Is there a cat actually on this bench?
It's a dead cat.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Phee was going to sit on the bench. Does not.
You
You
know,
just watch.
the
Noodle
leopard
is supposed to be
seems
smaller,
normal.
so I don't know why he's so big.
This unit has performed the contractual obligations and acted as the adjudicator.
Snoodle is the one going over by the dead cat, as he jumps out and starts tearing at it like if it's a dog toy.
Oh my.
Oh. Phee, avert your eyes.
Phee is not looking. Phee is actively going to the other side of the room and absently perusing the potpourri on the table here.
Okay. So King Gullop looks at all of you, makes a large croaking noise. Can't say I didn't like that show, but you appeased the audience. So I guess that's a win for you.
I mean, we
Unit
did what you wanted, didn't we?
Yes, you took care of Morgot. Took care.
Was that not, somebody, she was a traitor, yes? So,
He immediately just says, "Gods, go downstairs, go have breakfast, whatever you do." And immediately they salute the king. And you watch as all 3 of them leave the opening and go back downstairs, leaving you by yourself with the king and Snoodle. And you just watch immediately as the king just slumps in his chair, almost falling to the floor. Like, gods, I hate being a royal.
Your Majesty, are you alright?
You look like I'm all right. Do you know how hard it'd be to be a hired art? I can't even talk anymore. It's so frustrating.
Well, I mean, why did you kill the last one then? Isn't that how this
Killed.
works?
My brother fell off that balcony. And he points to the balcony just outside behind him. So it was an
Statement.
accident.
This unit is versed in providing eternal peace, if this is a service you wish me to provide.
Oh, jeez. Peace spot, not that kind of peace.
I don't know what you're talking about, and All I'm saying is it's so freaking terrible being a king. I don't want to be king, but I have to be the king.
If I might, Your Majesty, why do you
Just
have to be the
Gullop.
king?
Just Gullop, just fine.
Oh, well, your Gullop, sir. Why do you have to be the king?
Because that's the rules. Once a toad is being seen to be overthrown by another previous monarch, they instead take the throne and only it has to abide to the throne rules. We must rule over the stinking downfall. Listen to Balvorna squibble and do her biddings, and while overlooking everyone else. But at the same time, you're in the fear of being skinned alive by your own kin.
Query, are you really a king if a ruler presides over you?
No.
So you are more of a figurehead for Balvorna's will?
Yes. What do you think I have her book for? I don't like her. I don't side with her, but we all fear her, and I'm trying to understand. And he even holds out the book in front of you, Phee. Look at it. Do you see how many names are in here and what she wants to do with them? She even wants to turn my skin into her own handbag.
Phee will...
May I see it? Is it alright?
Yeah, and he just gives it to you. And it's a big red leather-bound book, which with questionable lettering inside, and it's very, very sticky and scaly.
She sits down, cross-legged on the floor, and starts flipping through it.
Yeah. So you are flipping through this, and you see a lot of names, a lot of pretty much very graphic descriptions of what Balvorna wants to do with these people, from being pretty much being a taxidermy, the enemies that she's keeping an eye out for. You even see her sister's names in it, Nightshade and Endlin, and her personal thoughts. It's almost like you're reading a diary, specifically by Balvorna and her day-to-day process of just being the ruler of this downfall area.
Phee would like... I think Phee will start making mental notes. Is there any, as she's flipping through this book, is there any names that she recognizes? Like, is Sir Talavar in here? Is Morgot in here?
Sir Talavar is in there. Morgot is in there. There is a couple mentions of the Sealy Court, the Unsealy Court, the Summer Court, the other two hags. There's also another name, which was only mentioned very prior when Ellie was trying to tell you there is another sister. And that was...
I heard Zablina? Was that it?
Zablina, which is the Archfey. But the Archfey's name, Zablina, is not there. It's a different name.
What name?
I am looking. It's a new I. I'm trying to pronounce it. I'm trying to pronounce it. Okay.
Is it perhaps? Is it? It starts with a what? An I?
An I. It is Igwilv.
Igwilv. Oh, okay. This. Oh, okay. Okay. This is okay. Okay. Yep. Out of character knowledge. Oh.
Oh.
Igwilv. Yeah. Okay. What about Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?
They are surprisingly not mentioned.
Okay. Yeah, as she glances through here, she'll see these different things. And she'll look up.
Your Gullop, sir. Do you mind if I take some notes?
Do whatever you want. I know I can't do anything about it.
Can I do a quick Arcana check on the book?
Sure.
I want to see if
You
it's
can roll
magical.
You can roll me that Arcana book.
Arcana
Or-
book.
Arcana book.
Arcana book.
Arcana
Arcana check, sorry.
Okay, let's give it a whirl. Can't roll for shit. But it's a 16.
So with this 16, as you're flipping over through the pages, you feel some magical tie to it. Mostly because there are spells written inside this book that. What kind of languages can you read?
Common, Dwarvish, and Gnomish.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't read it, but you do get various types of necromantic and evocation magic coming from this.
Okay. I think Phee is going to do... she kind of goes silent for a moment, and she just starts making notes. He starts writing down the names and the comments that she sees. So she's got a log of what is said in there about the other two hags, what is said in there about Iglewilf, what is said about the different courts, and then she can't read it, but she will transcribe, or at least start transcribing the symbols and the runic words and symbols, because she can understand that the runic organization is something of a spell. She just doesn't know what it says, so she's just gonna copy it.
Okay. And
so she goes quiet and does that
Gullop
for a
is
while.
watching. Gullop is watching you before looking at the others. What do the rest of you do? As Phee is busying herself in this book.
So it seems to me, Your Majesty, that a lot of your problems would be solved if Balvorna was dealt with.
Well, yes.
So we have aligned interests here.
Well, I did say I did have interest, yes, but I'm sorry I had to do what you had to do in front of with your friend. I had to be the king.
Well, yes, obviously, of course, but if we could... If we were to ask you for your help and strike against Zybilna, how keen would you be on doing that?
Who? You mean Balvorna?
What did I say?
Zybilna?
Sorry, that was the most recent one.
something
Yes,
different
Balvorna is
before
what I
that.
meant.
Okay. Well, I don't know what I can do. What are you trying to... Do you want an audience with her? Oh, that's all I can really do. Even then, it's really hard to gain her audience, and she's a very busy woman, or thing, after all.
Well, maybe you can give us information then.
What kind of information you want?
Whatever you think is relevant. Tell us about her.
Oh, well, she likes taxidermies, especially of all kin, and she doesn't care for, well, ridiculous stunts of trying to kill her, obviously. And he rubs the back of his head. She likes to make deals. That's for sure. And with her balloon factory out of the way, it's now going to be difficult for her to travel along the other lands. I know she disappears for some time. But as to where she goes, I don't know. She has a lot of tiny little things that look like her. They're very ugly looking.
What do you mean, tiny things that look like her?
Like little tadpole things with her face on them.
That's creepy.
Yes, and they do her little tiny odd jobs, like bathing her and feeding her.
Wait, these tiny little tadpoles with her face bathe her?
Yes.
What a sad existence that must be.
He just shrugs. I don't know. I just saw a few once I was up there, and they were very creepy. But if you would try, I can try. I have to. The elevator is still out of commission, as I've heard, and I can write a letter to her and see if she can come down or you go up. But yeah. Other than that, I don't like her. She's terrifying, and from what the history of the other Bullywugs try to do, it's really hard to kill her.
Define really hard.
I mean, one of them, like the very first king, King Gullop the First. I know it's a very redundant name, but my great grandpappy was the only one who was able to slash at her and cut off a thumb. But that's all he really could do before he got blasted in place.
Where's the thumb?
How am I supposed to know?
Why would that be relevant?
Some Feywild folk could do something special if it was just a piece of someone. Especially if it's actual piece of, a digit, or as opposed to hair, or...
If anything, some of the female Bullywugs went up there to find remedies for their, well, and he kind of goes red in the face, like almost embarrassed.
Exploits?
Yes, ended in their anxieties, and they came back and looking a little bit, well, they got what they wanted, but not what they deserved. It kind of explains, sadly, my daughter, the one that kind of cried out during the whole whatever you did there. By the way, what did you do to my daughter? Why did you? And he points over to Sorcerer. What did you do?
He points himself. What did I do?
You made her cry. Why?
Oh, that's your daughter. Oh, she must not have liked the performance I gave.
Oh, yeah, she's off crying somewhere.
Well, it was supposed to be fake, in the sense of I didn't really mean to kiss the frog.
Oh no. And he just shakes his head. Oh, this is gonna be terrible, terrible. Oh, I should have... Oh, I wonder where she went. Please don't make it through something stupid. Oh.
I'm sure your daughter will be fine.
Regardless, she does mostly that. I mean, is there anything you specifically need to know? That's all I really do know.
I had nothing else to find the hag.
Well, you to fight the hag?
To find. Like, search out the hag.
She's up there. And he points. There is no roof on this on this palace, and you all look up and you see in the very faintly, unfortunately for you, sorcerer, you only see fog. So those with actual dark vision can actually see very small glimpses of the underside of the hut.
With the waterfall going into it.
Not the waterfall, it's the well.
That's what I meant.
But yeah, if are you trying to get up there? Are you trying to be? Do you want an audience? I could try to get you an audience. Or are you trying to find other methods? What do you want?
Well, what does she usually do with outsiders?
Make deals.
What about outsiders that waste her time and actually don't want to make deals?
Then she ignores you.
Oh, so there's no harm in trying to scope out the place first.
No, I don't think so. Are you trying to scope her place? I am. Are you?
Well, just visit the place first once, and then looking around to the rest of the room, then have a go at her after? I mean, that's what adventurers do, right? They make plans, get as much information as possible.
I don't know. What do you want to do? Are you saying you want to go up there to explore her home, or you want to explore the rest of Downfall? Because I know that she has a cauldron somewhere with her animated coal.
In Downfall?
Yes. Sometimes she comes down to do whatever trickery magic she does. It should be somewhere in this around the edge of the lake to the south, far south of Downfall.
What would happen if something were to happen to that cauldron?
She won't be very happy.
Yeah, but how bad would that be for her?
Very bad.
Elaborate.
What do you think she had us go after the animated coal?
It lets her do things like the coal?
The coal, the animated coal helps her do magical doohickey. Her weird taboo magic. I don't know how to explain it. And he kind of crosses his arms and looks away, a very big hump. I barely talk to her as is, and when I do talk to her, I try to stay silent and just nod my head.
Well, maybe we should at least take a look at the cauldron. If we can maybe weaken her somehow instead of just charging into her place. I don't know, it's worth taking a look at least.
Brandywine nods emphatically.
Ptomiros nods painfully, still not speaking.
He's downstairs. Wait, are you upstairs?
I'm in the middle of the group.
Oh,
Oh, you
sorry.
snuck in.
Literally, I can't see your guys' tokens for some reason. So,
Oh no!
Quick, commit arson.
well, since you are going up there, the only people who can go up there besides myself is the Soggy Court, and you would have to be in proper attire if you're going to seek audience, and well, I probably should return the book to her. If we return the book, maybe she won't harm us anymore because that's her greatest. Well, it is a diary of sorts, so I assume she wants that back pro haste.
Wait, what? I thought the book was. You're reading the book because you stole it, not because she lent it
I
to
didn't
you?
steal it, no. One of the Bullywugs found it near the storm cloud shop thing. We got it from there, and then they brought it to me.
Yeah, what is that storm cloud place?
Oh, well, it's apparently some shop. I haven't personally been there, but my daughter said it has a lot of interesting gadgets and doohickeys. I believe she said it was something called Wondrous Wares and Fair Fairs. It's run by two dark skin looking half flicking. It's taller than her, but they look weird. And he points over to Phee.
Still copying.
But,
Like I said, maybe you can make a deal. I know you don't want to make a deal, but let's say you return the book to Balvorna, and she will lay back because you're being representatives of Soggy Court and myself, and you can talk with her, and if you want to try to, do what you're planned to do, then do so quietly without us being involved. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And he kind of nods to his own thinking.
At the words "good idea," Phee looks up.
What? I missed all of that. Anyway, question.
Yes?
What would your rule look like without Balvorna watching over your shoulder?
I actually don't know. I've only been in this spot for maybe at least 2 days.
Right. Do you have any allies who would, sorry to say this, but have more of a spine?
I know there are other nobles, and I know there's that. One of them is trying to oppose me, and he's been trying to, and at least. But there's Illig, the Baron of Mockstump. He's the one who wants the throne. Like I said, this was a pure accident. I didn't want to be in the throne.
May I roll insight?
Yeah, you may roll insight.
Oh.
Stellar rolls tonight, guys.
You see he's very nervous. He's very shy and timid despite what you guys all saw in the Soggy Court. From what his body language is, he doesn't want it.
But if you had rolled a 15, you would see that he is twirling his mustache and Mufasa, he scarred his way up. He Mufasa the last guy.
You don't know that.
He's secretly the CEO of a multi-dimensional corporation.
Oh, you guys are all leaving, gee. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So we've heard about your rival, I guess.
Illig?
Is that the
Yeah.
one who just wants to kill everything?
Well, mostly everyone wants to kill everything. But his family was much longer in reign, and they actually did things to keep all of us alive.
would
I
Phee
mean,
kill you if you willingly gave up the throne to him?
I hope not. That's why I've been kind of high in security with all these bullywugs. But
Would,
even then, I sometimes can't trust them.
would
'cause
he
they
op-
could-
would he oppose Balvorna and the other hags?
have no idea. I assume so, since we all don't like Balvorna, because, again, she can easily turn us into whatever she wishes.
Well, I think a good idea would perhaps be making peace with him. While we deal with, well, your superior, in whatever manner that ends up being.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm great at those.
Mm-hmm.
Keep having to make them.
You're the only one talking.
Hey, Yanara talk for. Hey,
There you go. He there's like a very slow nod, and then it gets a little bit faster. Yeah. Maybe if I do talk to him, then and give him the throne, maybe he won't kill us. I mean,
Well, I'm more thinking if the Soggy Court, you bullywugs, can establish yourselves without the hag's rule, perhaps you might be able to continue in that way, and I don't know, maybe perhaps set up a system of government that doesn't involve you murdering every single one of yourselves in a brutal secession line of, well, blood. Instead, perhaps maybe you could set up some sort of demographic council, or maybe even turn from the Soggy Court into maybe the Soggy Republic.
Or you could just fight until someone decides to quit.
Well,
that's what we were doing.
I don't know if that's a great
But
idea.
you all die. Or one of you dies, usually.
Oh, maybe you could petition the, what are they called? The Summer Court? Yes, the Summer Court for assistance.
The elves.
Why not?
He kind of rubs the back of his head. Possibly. First things first. I'll grant you an audience, and I'll write a letter to the Baron, which you guys can find him. He's not here, because I banished him from palace, court, and courtyard, and he should be down south in his little summer hut.
Well,
So, let me do that real quick. And then you watch as he turns around in his seat and starts taking a couple of pieces of paper and quickly, with what looks like a fishbone quill, dips it and starts writing away, scribbling really quickly, and then stamping his little sigil, which has a crocodile face on it, and hands it to you, Phee, since you're the only one next to him. Yeah, here's one for Balvorna, and oh wait, no, that's for me. You give this to Baron, and he gives you the Baron letter. Give this to him, and see what he says, and report back to me. Yes?
Well, don't you have messengers who could take it for you? I mean, we wouldn't
Yeah.
mind, but the traveling in the Feywild seems to be confusing and unintuitive, and I
You're
think
in
we'd rather...
Balvorna's domain. I'm sure he won't be moving if that's what you're troubled about.
I am, yes. That does not soothe my worries, actually. But I think we would much rather deal with the hag. I think I will leave matters of state to you and your companions, compatriots, allies, advisors, maybe.
Can you see him very pale in the face and rubbing his head nervously? Sure, yeah. And he
Sycophants?
looks.
Maybe? No, that wouldn't
He
be
shakes
good.
his head. No.
Well, good luck. I think we believe that you can do good for these people. I think.
What?
Looks around to the others.
Thumbs up.
See, a vote of confidence from the great champion sorcerer.
But his performance was a lie.
Was he not still
Seen
the
what
champion?
happened.
Did he
Everyone
not?
else seemed to like it.
Exactly.
Ugh. And
Sometimes-
you see his cheeks puff out a little.
Sometimes it is the
Fine.
illusion
Fine.
of things that is most important.
Fine. I will deal with it with my own matters, I guess, and I'll try to send the letter and the letter to Balvorna. In the meantime, you're free to stay in any of these noble houses. And he kind of like flicks his hands in any of the general direction of the rest of the palaces outside of the courtyard. Don't mind if you need more room, we'll find more room. The other nobles don't really care. I'm sure they'll be more excited to have someone there, but I will give you the title of true friend of Gullop the 19th. That way no one will hurt you. Yep.
Well, that is a great honor, Your Honor. And thank you.
And he starts clapping his hands. Gods, send me a messenger. I have letters to send out. And he picks himself up and starts making his way towards the open door and starts. You watch as he exchanges the letters out to the nearby guard, and they look at him warily, and then they slowly go back downstairs, shouting, "Messenger! Messenger! Messenger!" And you just hear it go faintly away while he just stands there and looks at the rest of you. So, what now?
Where'd you get all the pixies?
Huh? What pixies?
In the lanterns?
Oh. Very hardly, I suppose. I mean, I didn't personally put them in there. But they make very pretty lights.
Yeah, Brandy gives a slight glower at that answer.
What?
So you wouldn't be opposed if they were all let go?
I would be opposed because it's the only light source we have.
Ptomiros is just shaking. He is shaking, trying hard not to say anything. He is trying so very hard. He is quivering in his boots.
Yanara is going to take a step this way.
Why? It's not just me that uses them. I mean, there's the other noble courts and the other noble frogs and the other bullywugs.
Your Majesty, what I think my companion is trying to say is you seem to have sentient beings trapped against their own volition. In most parts of the world, that is called slavery.
Oh no, it's just because they're fey kind. I could care less if it was other living beings, but...
Excuse me?
Brandy puts her hands over her mouth.
Gullop just takes a step back away from that.
I
Brandy is confused.
Your Majesty, I think it may
Yeah,
be...
what did I just say?
I happen to be a fey creature.
Well, yeah, that's why it doesn't.
You just said you don't care about fey creatures. They're not people.
Oh, I said no. It's because I said it's because it's fey creatures. I don't care about.
It's that she doesn't care about us from the mortal realm. Well, that's... Honestly... I already knew that. It's okay. King Gullop, please stop cowering. It's not very dignified.
Oh, I didn't know if they were fighting, and I didn't want to be involved. And he fixes his clothes on top of him.
I propose that once you have had a chance to talk with the Baron, maybe work out some sort of agreement with the pixies. I'm sure if they were not kept under duress, there is a possibility for some sort of a mutually beneficial agreement. Talking always seems to help with that. And if not, well, I suppose you could research a new light source, perhaps one less exploitative.
For instance, burning wood, or
We live in a swamp.
I've heard crystals often can be used as potential light sources if properly charged with magics or other sources of energy.
Again, she pulls out one of the.
He looks at you with a very, very far off look.
She pulls out one of the other stones in her bag, the fourth one.
Like this, actually.
And hands him a glowing stone, very, very similar to that which Gek has.
He looks at it and picks it up and...
Well, it's not very bright, but it certainly is a start. I'm sure someone in your court could figure out a way to use this or replicate it.
We don't use magic. None of us do.
Well, that's here nor there. This is actually not magic. These are special, well, they're crystals from my homeland. It's more, well, these ones are more unique, but I'm sure there's something of special properties here. I've collected many things here from the Feywild that have very strange properties. For example, these.
And she pulls out one of the many cottonwood tail things that she has from the swamp. Let's say it's the... I don't remember what colors they are. It's the one that turns you into a hot dog.
Like these, for example. I'm sure if these have... very fascinating magical properties. There has to be something else here in the realm of Downfall or in Hither that can provide you light that isn't trapping sentient beings. You just have to try a little.
Very well. I'll try to switch into the matter after I talk with the Baron.
And I'm sure if you do set all the pixies free, at least some of them might be grateful and would be willing to help with the search. Or they might turn you into a newt. I'm not sure.
A newt? Oh dear.
It's the Feywild, but it's the least you can do. Start a proper agreement, and if you're a newt, well, you'd be a very handsome newt.
You see a little red in his cheeks. No, yes, I am quite handsome indeed. But
Phee looks over at the others.
Are we feeling a need to rest for the night, or day, or would you rather us attempt to meet with Balvorna now? Post haste.
Well, it's going to take time to get to Balvorna. That's why I said you could rest within the other noble estates if you wish.
Yes, but if we're if we're resting, we are not making our way to her.
But yes, you have a point.
Ptomiros,
Ptomiros nods.
what do you think?
And gives him a appreciative smile.
He starts gesturing with his hands.
No, you've been very, very good, and I appreciate it. Please, speak your mind about this question. What do you think we should do in this moment?
Not violence?
Well, that's a good start, yes. But more specifically in dealing with Balvorna.
Maybe a little bit of violence?
Yes. Do you wish for traveling now? Or should we rest for the night?
Well, for one, I feel fantastic. I don't know about the others, but perhaps a rest and recuperate might be in order.
Well, PB? Sorcerer? Yanara? Gek? Gek, don't put it in your mouth. No. Okay. Brandy?
I think we're due for a rest.
I suppose. Oh yeah, what is there to eat?
Oh, are you hungry?
I think Gek is always hungry, yes.
Oh, what does he eat? Does he like bugs?
Everything.
Do you have any butterflies?
Perhaps I would have to look into the kitchens.
Don't you have servants for that? Or attendants?
Well, the kitchen is not here. It's on the other side of the court.
Right, with attendants
It's like
and
a big
cooks,
buffet.
yes?
Yeah, it's a big buffet.
Buffet?
Yeah. He kind of hops over to the door, opens, and it pops out. Oh, down over there, that building, the one covered in mushrooms and moss. That's the buffet. Anything you can eat.
Jack is now yanking on the leash.
I mean, Yanar's not letting go of it.
Prepare to be yanked.
Do we need to roll something?
If you want, how desperate are you wanting to go, Noko?
Extremely. Gek is really gonna jump off the balcony here.
I was gonna say yes.
All right, roll
The
me
answer
athletics
is
versus
yes.
athletics.
Oh, great.
The
Here
classic,
we go, guys.
the classic Noko answer. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my line.
I just can't see Yanara.
Income
so I
Salty
don't-
saying, screw you.
I can re-roll that.
Give myself my last part of inspiration.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Maybe I won't need it. Let's see. Acrobatics? Question mark?
Athletics, because you're holding onto a leash.
Fine. Hey!
You feel a tug
Gek's
back
so
towards.
hungry.
Gek, you get flung back a little as you fall into your butt, looking out towards the building.
Fine. I have to use my superpower. Puppy dog eyes. Gek's gonna turn around and look at Yanara with the biggest, saddest, tearful eyes he can.
Oh my god.
It's the It's like the pug in the Meet the Mitchells. He's trying to force his eyes to look at one spot at the same time.
I feel like I need to make some kind of save.
You can make a wisdom save.
Against inadvertent charming.
Yeah. I guess if you want, Gek, roll me a charisma check. But no, roll me performance, Gek.
Yes, I got a 7. Okay. This isn't a lost cause yet.
Another fucking 5!
She is not moved.
Phee will turn and put a hand on Yanara's.
Yanara, I think he'll be okay.
Brandy has a devious smile as she starts moving towards Gek.
Brandy, don't touch it!
Gek's on his side, just pretending to starve death.
Oh my
like a
god.
dog.
Oh, yeah, look at him. She's positively starving and wasting away. I can't just do
She holds out the leash.
this.
Fine, then you take care of him. You have to feed him and walk him and take him on walks.
Well, I did walk animals for the circus and take care of them, so...
Great, you'll be
This
awesome
one
at this then.
Yeah, it's just one on 2 legs.
Exactly. You'll be fine. I have complete faith in you.
Gek, what's this going on? Ptomiros, P-Spot, you hear
Yeah.
crackling coming inside of your chest cavities.
Oh,
That's funny. That's a callback.
Ding.
cracking. Or wait, did you say crackling or cracking?
Crackling.
Maybe like the sound of an eggshell.
Mm-hmm.
Egg timer.
Oh, that's right.
PP was
Wait.
incubating it.
A little baby is done.
Yeah.
What little baby? I'm forgetting something.
Gingerly.
they got
Gingerly
eggs
back in the
turns
swamp.
around and extricates the egg, the half-hatched egg from his person.
Ptomiros, as you start to pull your egg, your yellow speckled egg, out from your chest cavity, immediately you see 2 small antennas poke out of it and black beady eyes looking your direction as a slug looks up at you.
A slug.
Well, hello there, little guy.
You are now the owner of the hug slug.
Oh,
He comes up and starts giving you a hug.
The hug slug.
oh, you're a sweet little guy, aren't you? I'm going to call you Gilgamesh.
Oh no!
Fuck off.
Yep, PP just
Gilgamesh.
pops his chest cavity open.
Oh, for some reason you have a weird token. I'll fix your token here in a second, Nox.
I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you. PB, as you pull out your black reptilian egg from your chest cavity, you peer inside, but surprisingly, it's not one with scales. As you see a little, what looks like a mossy little worm looking back at you until it has little paws that peer over the eggshell, cracking a little bit more, and small black beady eyes look in your direction as you are the owner of a fungus ferret.
Oh my
Oh, it's a ferret!
Oh, it's gonna smell really bad.
Well, you know what PB's gonna do, right? PB pulls it out gently in one hand and pulls out the piece of paper with the other and hands the piece of paper to it.
It looks at you, it looks at the paper, and takes a bite out of it.
Oh no!
goodness.
Oh no. Oh
Well, there
no.
goes one of the hatchlings, I guess.
PB just kind of stares at it, stares at Phee quizzically. Query,
Yeah.
you young creatures normally teethe as they sign agreements of peace.
PB, it's a baby. I don't think it knows how to write yet.
Well, PB, actually, you'll just have to keep the paper like that because maybe that's his signature. Is it a he or a she?
Well, we could find out if you'd like. I can check.
Brandy works with circus animals. Do I just lift its tail? GM.
You can roll me a nature check if you want.
I want. Not really, but I guess. Oh, that's an int. Hey!
Hey!
It's
What
a
do I know
girl.
about- It's a girl fungus ferret! Do I know anything about fungus ferret specifically?
No.
Okay.
You just 19
By the way,
was
did
your
you ever
what a-
grab Gek's leash or did Yanara hand it over and you got distracted by
I
Right.
am not holding on to the leash. I got distracted. But also,
No.
the point of
The-
talking to Yanara was also to distract her from holding on to him actively.
You bastard.
Run free, little Keck, run free.
What does the D20 say, Doko?
You may
Right.
name your pets however you wish, but treat it as we have been with like Gellydeco as well as Dumbledore. I will look into that shortly, but they have their own little things of their own abilities and also as well as Bippy. So they
Oh.
can be used as a bonus action to help you in fights.
Well,
Gek,
be
Bye.
free, little buddy.
Gek goes zoom.
Gek ran the door and instantly himself off the balcony.
Oh, Gek,
Alright.
be good! Please don't harm anyone!
You better be right, Fee.
Oh, I've got no clue. That one's wild.
But also I can fly, so Gek, yeah.
You can
Oh,
fly?
that's right. The
Yeah,
butterfly
I got butterfly
wings.
wings.
Oh, that's right.
Now, if that's not a perfect way to end the session, I don't know what is.
That is.
Like Gek jumps off the balcony and from behind him butterfly wings sprout.
Yep, and that's where we'll end the session.
Yay!